Every single person, regardless of who they are or where they've been, what they've been through, what they haven't been through, their race, their height, their gender, their skin tone, their sexual orientation, their level of baldness, whatever the fuck else it is that you could think of, every single person has the power to live the life that they want to live. There is not a single person who cannot improve their situation. There is not a single person who cannot be as successful as they want to be as long as they are willing to put in the work. Every single time that I say that, some random dipshit pops up with some crazy ass example. What about the children who were born on Malaysian slave ships? What about the people who got kidnapped and live in someone's basement? Some off the wall shit like that, as though to say, ha, got you, they can't succeed. And what they don't realize is it is that mindset that is their problem. They would rather be clever than be better, which makes them neither. They want to go to the extreme to try and disprove a point. They want to find the exception to the rule in order to justify their own lack of effort. And that is why they will never get anywhere. That is why you will never get anywhere if that's the thing that you think. It's very easy to find excuses. It's easy to point to whatever sort of random thing that you would like to pick. Pick any characteristic, any trait, any thing that you've been through, anything like that, and insert it in a box, and someone will tell you or understand that you're not successful because of that reason. Society won't let you succeed because of your race. Women don't like you because of your height, because you had a bad childhood, you never learned how to manage certain things, and therefore you can't be better. You can find excuses fucking everywhere. You can also find examples to disprove any rule, but that does not disprove the rule itself. Yes, some people live in different fucking countries where you have no rights to be able to do anything. I'm not talking about those fucking people. I live in America. People in America, Canada, probably Western Europe as well, can do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do. And pointing to the people who are in situations that prohibit them from doing that does not change the fact that you are able to. It doesn't matter what you are going through. It doesn't matter what sort of ailments you might have been born with or randomly cursed with, or you got into a car accident and you're paralyzed and stuff. That's an unfortunate situation, sure, but it's not preventative of you doing anything. Look at fucking Stephen Hawking. He couldn't move, he couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, had little keyboard translator thingamajigger on his wheelchair, and was one of the most, I don't know how respected he was, but one of the most famous fucking physicists or whatever the hell he did in the world, because he refused to accept the limitations of his condition. There's a motivational speaker named Nick Santa something, I don't know how to pronounce his last name and don't want to fuck it up, but he has no legs, he has one arm and like one or two fingers on that arm. But he is a motivational speaker. He makes a bunch of money, drives fancy cars. It works out to the best of his capability. If you are willing to find a way, there is one for you. But most people don't have a way, or don't think that there's a way, because they don't have the will to find it. But that doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that your worldview prevents you from seeing it. And regardless, I've had people say, I'm in a wheelchair due to X. The wheelchair isn't your problem. Your belief that the wheelchair is the problem is what your problem is. And as long as you don't think that you can do better, or you want to find a way to justify not doing better, you are never going to be able to do better. It doesn't matter what your physical condition is. Your ultimate handicap will always be your belief system. That will hold you back far more than any sort of injuries or inability to walk or losing an arm or whatever the fuck else it is that you can think of. And reaching around to try and find some sort of way to justify your inaction does not make your inaction justifiable. It, if anything, makes you ungrateful, because you're using people who don't have the opportunities that you have to justify you not taking the opportunities that you do. But there are people, regardless of where it is that you are, you could be a fucking homeless person in New York, and there is someone in this world who would literally kill people to trade places with you because they recognize that you have an opportunity to do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. And you are squandering it, trying to find excuses to do some other shit, trying to find excuses to not work, or why it is that other people should start providing for you and be the hero, so to speak, that you seek because you're unwilling to better your own situation. None of this shit fucking matters. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. There are people everywhere in this world who started off in much worse positions than you, who are doing much better than you will probably ever be doing, and damn sure much better than you will ever be doing if you continue to believe that there is all of this shit in your way. But when you have this belief system that there is some sort of roadblock or barrier, you don't even try to get past it, because if you don't believe that you could get to a certain place, you're never going to try. It doesn't matter whether or not you actually can if you don't think it's possible. You can have a completely clear road, but if you truly believe that if you pass a certain mile marker that you are going to crash into some invisible barrier, then I guarantee you there is zero chance that you are going to drive past that mile marker, because why would you? In your mind, that is certain death. And all of these people who want to succeed, who want to be in better shape, who want to make more money, who want to have better cars, better houses, better relationships, better whatever it is that you would like to put in the X blank box that will make you happy, that will better your situation, that will be a version of you living out your dreams. But they put up all sorts of obstacles to justify them not trying to go after it. And you could do this with everything. You see it everywhere. When you see someone online who is making who says that they're making a bunch of money, everyone swears that it's a lie. They're lying about making XYZ. They're really not rich, because this is what rich people do. It is not what they're doing. Even though they themselves have never been rich, they've created this version in their mind of what a rich person looks like, so they could tell themselves that most people aren't rich. When people see someone who has stuff, people have cars, people have houses, they insist that it's rented. They swear that they rented this mansion that they're in all the time. They swear that they're renting these cars that they're driving all the time, not realizing that even if they're renting these things, they're still fucking living in there. It doesn't really matter. And quite honestly, when it comes to property, you don't really own the shit anyway. But that's a whole entire different topic. But people are quick to write off every single thing that they want as a lie. When you see someone with a lot of followers, people swear that they bought these followers. It's infinite justifications or narratives that you could tell yourself to make yourself believe that no one is really living this life that you fantasize about. And while that make you feel better for you not living it, ultimately it is going to prevent you from ever being able to do so. You don't believe that it's real, and you're never going to go do something that you don't believe is real. I'm never going to go out into the fucking wild in search of dragons, because I don't believe that there's dragons in the jungle. It doesn't matter if there's dragons in the jungle. If there are, I will never find them, because I don't believe them to be real. You look at the same thing on the opposite end. There are some people who swear that Bigfoot's a thing, right? And there are some people who swear that the fucking Loch Ness Monster is a thing. It doesn't matter if these things are real. The point is, in these people's mind, it's real, and they're going to spend their entire life searching for it. And if anyone finds Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, it's going to be fucking these people. The people who are never going to find it are the people who don't believe in it. Now, maybe that sounds like a bit of a terrible example, because these things aren't real, but it's actually the exact opposite, because these people have a purpose and they are going after their purpose. It doesn't even fully matter if they find the thing, because the quest to prove it is the point, and most people miss out on that fact, that the point is the journey. But when you don't believe that there's anything at the end, when you don't believe that the road leads anywhere, you're never going to travel the road. You're never going to go get on this journey, because maybe everyone in the world can't become a billionaire. I'm not suggesting that they specifically can, but if you truly believe that you can become a billionaire, it doesn't matter if that's true. What matters is that you believe it and you take all of the necessary steps to make it happen. And even if you don't achieve that billion, you will achieve more wealth than the vast majority of people could ever possibly imagine along the journey. And that's the important part. But every time you tell yourself that something is not possible, every time someone tells you that you can do X and you point to Y to say no, that this is not the case, you are robbing yourself of that journey that you could possibly go on. At the end of your life, what's going to matter is the journey that you have taken, not the destination that you've gotten to. Because in reality, there is no actual destination. If you want to be in shape, There is no end point to being in shape. It's not like you go to the gym, you work out, okay, cool, I got pecs and biceps and abs and I'm good now. No, if you stop working out, you're going to lose all of that shit. So, what people see as the destination is really just a stop along the journey. It's a mile marker along the path that you're taking throughout your life. So people view that entirely wrong. But again, that is a whole entire different topic. What matters is the journey. When you tell yourself you can't do these things, when you tell yourself that everyone rich is lying about it, when you tell yourself that everyone with the fancy cars is just renting them, then you are robbing yourself of your will to go on that journey. You're not going to want to climb the mountain because you don't believe that anything is at the top of the mountain. But again, it doesn't matter what's atop the mountain. What matters is that you climb it. You might get up there and find that you don't even fucking like it, but at least you will know. At least you know what it's like to get to the top of the mountain. Maybe then you want to go back down. Absolutely fucking fine. But now you have context to know that. And the point is, you should be willing to make the climb. And if you see people who have made the climb and you tell yourself that they actually airlifted themselves up or whatever the fuck, you were taking away all of your motivation and all of your proof that it's a thing that's possible. So in trying to prove these people wrong who tell you that you can do things, all you're doing is robbing yourself. When you see somebody online who's selling some sort of course, and for the record, because I know people love to say this, I don't sell any fucking courses, nor do I tell people how to make money. But when you see someone online who's selling a course telling you that you could make tens of thousands of dollars a month doing, I don't know, fucking vending machines or real estate, who gives a shit what the course is? When you see people with these course telling you should make this amount of money per month and you're convinced that you're lying, you're never even going to try it and see. You're never going to see if maybe you can make these things work. When you see people selling their workout programs or telling you that they can help you get in shape, if you don't believe it's possible, you're not going to try. And these people pride themselves so much in trying to poke holes in all of these things, and they think that they're the smart one because they're able to pick out the scams when all they're doing is scamming themselves out of a better life. When you go and shoot down every fucking thing that you see, you're not harming the person whose shit you're trying to shoot down. You're harming yourself because all you're doing is removing possibilities and opportunities from your future. When you see someone telling you that you can be better, when you see someone like myself who tells you that you don't have to continue to be depressed, or you don't have to suffer from anxiety, or you can let go of your fucking traumas very easily, and you tell me that I am wrong, you are also telling yourself that you can't be better. And it doesn't harm me when you do that. It doesn't harm these other people when you do that. They're still in their fancy houses. They're still in their fancy fucking cars. But you're not in these things. And that's what people miss. You are so busy trying to make yourself feel better about your situation that you are robbing yourself of the ability to better it.